Hi, I'm Claude Whitacre. I'm a sales trainer. I give seminars to groups of salespeople, groups of business owners, and really nobody else. If you are if you're in a business where your sales determines how much money you make, I think I might be able to help you. Well, a lot of times when I'm giving a seminar, I'm giving a talk, people in the audience ask me questions, and one of the things they'll ask is, what's one of the ways that we can make our product easier to sell? Well, there's actually several answers to that. I'm going to talk about just one of them right now. You want your product to be scarce, okay? And what that scarcity is, what it is. What that means is this. You want people to have the feeling that there's more demand for your offer than there is supply of your offer. Because people want things at two times in their life. They really, really want two things. They want what everybody else has, and they want what they can't get. Okay? So if they're convinced, whether you convince them or somebody else convinces them, if they're convinced that everybody else wants what you have, they're far more likely to want to buy it. If they're convinced that it's hard to get, they're far more likely to want to buy what you have. Now in a retail setting, like I'm in a retail store right here, what I do is I simply keep my stock and most of my stock in the back room. Somebody looks at something, or I'm showing them a product, and it's a high dollar product, I might say, before we get too excited, let me check to make sure that we have another one in stock. Would you hold on for just a second, and I'll go in the back. And if it doesn't matter how many we have, I'll say I do have one. I do have one just for you. Okay, and I might bring it out with me, so that now they feel a little bit obligated. They're thinking, well, he did bring it out. We were thinking about buying it anyway. Okay, we'll just go ahead and get it. See, now this doesn't make people buy something that they don't want, but the people that are right there at the edge, that are thinking about getting it anyway, they're almost sold, they're almost ready to buy, it might just tip them over just a little bit. So what you want to do is your offer, you want to think of ways to make it sound like and feel like that your offer is not for everybody, and that not everybody can get it. And so you're going to end up with people trying to qualify for what you have. For example, one of the things I would do when I was doing in-home sales for years and years and years, I sold vacuum cleaners in people's homes. And one of the things I would do is at the end, if they gave me any positive feedback, which they usually would, I would say, well, before we go any further, maybe we should find out, no offense, we should find out if you qualify for this, because my problem is not selling these, my problem is getting people approved. Maybe we should find out. Do you mind if I ask you just a few quick questions to see what the chances are of us being able to get together? I don't want you to get too excited about something that you might not be able to get. Okay, is that okay if I ask you just a few questions? And they'll go, well, yeah, sure. Now the timing has to be right. You can't do this at the beginning of the presentation because they don't want your product yet. And so they are not trying to qualify for something because they don't want it yet. But at the end, towards the end, when they're thinking, yeah, we really kind of like, honey, don't you like this? Yeah, I think we do. Well, yeah, what do we have to do to qualify for this? How does that work? Well, let me just ask you a few questions. And then these are real questions. These are real sincere questions because I'm going to have to ask these anyway. And then they'll give me the answers. And usually, fortunately, the answer will be, yeah, I think we should be able to give it a try. Let's go ahead and, is that okay? Just try to see if we can get it, through. In fact, I'll even leave what we have right here and and assume that it's going to go through and everything like that. Strange things happen. Sometimes people are not approved, but I think you guys will be approved. You look pretty good, If you look as good on paper as you do to me now, I think that we have a go. Does that sound good to you? And a lot of times they'll just go, well, yeah, it sounds good. What do you think, honey? And well, I think that's a pretty good idea. All right. If you'd like to know more about how to sell and how to make your product look scarce and how to make it look popular and in demand and all those things, okay, may I suggest that you actually read my book, One Call Closing? It's on sale at Amazon right now. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.